These are the fastest cops in Britain, responding to 999 calls at up to 150 miles an hour, hunting fugitives, tackling drunks,
I'm not fucking drunk!
catching criminals,
Authority has been given.
and saving lives.
Use your mirrors!
For these elite high-speed units, every second counts. They are rapid response. Coming up, armed cops tackle a machete-wielding man.
Stand still! Stand still! Lie down on the floor now!
Police choppers scrambled in a high-speed pursuit.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
And a suspected drugged driver stashes something nasty in his car.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty bum! Wales, and a rapid response team is responding to a 999 call. There's been an incident on a quiet residential estate, but this is no ordinary disturbance.
The guy involved is well known to the police. Always in trouble for something or other. He's quite violent as well. He might come quietly, but as a rule he fights. But he'll come in whichever way.
A witness has reported that a row has broken out between two men, and one of them has pulled out a machete.
I think there's quite a few cars here, to be honest with you. 5 police vehicles and probably about 10 officers.
But that's not all. Officers from the elite armed response unit are kitting up.
What's going on?
It's basically reported that the person's fighting. There's possibly machetes involved, so...
But before they make their move, the armed officers have to gain every piece of information they can about the suspect.
Yeah, that's received. We do really need to clarify whether that is his own flat.
Armed and ready, the elite unit moves quickly to the scene. And within seconds, they've cornered the man.
Stand still! Stand still! Lie down on the floor now! Do it now!
Taking no chances with the suspect, he's put to the ground at gunpoint.
Straight down on the floor now!
Suddenly, the man's friends decide to kick off. A specialist dog team is sent in to help control the situation.
The firearms officers have challenged the gentleman and have him under control now. Got him handcuffed. So we're just going to come down because there's a number of people coming out of the premises now nearby.
It's a potential powder keg and could turn nasty. Getting the man into the van as fast as they can might defuse the situation. But still, the neighbours are having a go at each other.
What are you trying to say, bitch?
He goes to prison. I tell him. I fucking tell him. Tell him what? He wasn't the one that put a knife in the fucking cabin. Should have had a knife in the street, you fucking...
Apart from trying to calm tempers down, PC Simon Butler also has to find out what sparked it all off.
Did you actually see the knife wherever he had?
It's a big machete.
Yeah,
it was huge.
Yeah.
It was a machete.
There was kids stood behind him.
Yeah.
There was
My
two
kid
little
was out,
kids.
his kid was out, there was kids on bikes.
It's disgusting.
She's actually a proper machete, but quite a
rusty
one.
I seen him on a far away from me.
Yeah.
Pulled it on me, though.
Yeah. Were you out here when it was
No,
all
I
going
was
on at
upstairs
all?
with my little boy, and
Yeah.
the only thing I was shouting out was to stop it because there was kids out in the street.
So you could see it from the
I don't
windows?
care if anything else happens, do you know what I mean? But there was kids stood right behind him, like.
Yeah. So you saw it from the window.
While PC Butler tries to unravel the story, a weapon has been found.
We've recovered the weapon. It was concealed in the tumble dryer in the kitchen. Matches the description the witness has given us. The subject is in custody as well. He was arrested for a fray, which is a public order offence covering basically threat of violence in relation to waving a machete around in the street.
In Wales, there are over 1,000 armed response calls every year. With each of those incidents, there is a valid reason for them to be called out.
Nowadays, when weapons are involved, we do tend to use our armed response unit who are trained in various methods for dealing with it. They're able to deal with the situation safely, hopefully without any injury to any members of the public or suspects or police officers as well. So it's a successful job.
Out on patrol, the rapid response cop, PC Grant Limebeer, comes across a car which has smashed into a tree.
There's an ambulance on the way, like
right.
really there, ambulance.
Do you need an ambulance? Come and check over.
The driver doesn't seem to want to answer the officer's questions.
Do you live nearby?
Despite a passerby trying to help, the woman thinks she knows PC Limebeer.
These people have been rotten.
I've never met you before.
Have you not?
No.
Well, you get out of my life then. All I've done is bump my car.
Right, so you bumped your car, I can smell alcohol in your breath. I'm now asking you to provide me a specimen of your breath, okay? Look, you haven't got a choice, okay? What time did you have your last alcoholic drink?
Last night.
Last night.
With well over 500,000 drink-related police stops a year in the UK, most are cut-and-dried incidents, but this one is becoming more complicated.
Were you on your own in a car? Am I looking for any passengers that may be injured?
The woman's beginning to test the officer's patience.
Please answer me yes or no to that. Any passengers I need to be looking for?
I don't want to talk to you. You're a pig.
Well, if there are passengers injured I should be looking for, I think that's attitude which is beyond me, okay?
You've lost your hair, haven't you?
Can you tell me your age, please?
The woman won't give her age.
You confirm for me you're female?
She won't even confirm she's female.
I guess you are then.
And she refuses to take the breathalyzer test.
Please blow into it until I tell her stop.
I refuse.
You want to refuse to provide? I'm asking you once more, please blow into my device. I need a specimen of your breath. If you fail to provide or refuse, I can arrest you anyway.
Oh, you have to do that anyway.
Despite all of PC Limebeer's best efforts, this woman seems intent on getting herself nicked.
I can say or do to make you blow into this machine.
No.
I'll persuade you.
Obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious. You're required by law, you've had a road traffic collision, I can smell alcohol in your breath, and I believe you are the driver.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You're a liar.
I'm a liar, am I?
Finally, he's had enough. PC Limebeer has no alternative but to arrest her.
You under arrest then, okay? Because you failed to provide a sample of your breath at the roadside when required to do so by myself. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand? Nod if you do. Do you understand?
She still won't even acknowledge that she's been arrested.
Keys to the car then, please.
More than that, she's refused to answer all of this police officer's questions. So concerned is PC Limebeer about her behaviour, an ambulance has been called to check her out.
Let's have a chat, come on.
The paramedics can find no signs of physical injury. But PC Limebeer is convinced that this woman is well over the limit and has got to get her back to the station to be tested for drink driving. But having been so quiet at the roadside, this woman's about to get very loud and very leery. Coming up, how 21st century cops crack down on the criminals.
I can't obviously conclusively say, but probably heroin.
The 99-mile-an-hour speeder who doesn't think he's done anything wrong.
What's the speed limit on the motorway?
80.
Can I have another go?
And the suspected drink driver who really starts to kick off.
Hey!
No, that's my right.
Yeah, could custody be informed, please?
PC Grant Limebeer of the Dyfed-Powys Rapid Response Unit has finally got the suspected drink driver en route to the police station. But she's still causing trouble and suddenly turns on our cameraman.
Hey! Behave. If that's damaged in any way, you are under arrest also further attempt criminal damage or criminal damage to the camera.
No, that's my right.
Listen,
I cannot.
nothing to do with you. There's no need of it, man.
But even after further warnings from PC Limebeer, she's still being uncooperative.
See that door over there? Head for that door, please.
No.
I've asked you to walk.
Film that way.
Oh, just walk in.
She now wants a cigarette before going into the charge room.
Here now. Come and sit down. You're not having a cigarette. Sit down, I'll put you in the cell.
Will you put me? Give me a cigarette.
Having tried everything else, the woman now turns on the tears. In the breathalyzer room, PC Limebeer is still trying to get the woman to be cooperative, and still she refuses to answer any questions.
Do you wish to answer any of those questions?
No, I'm not answering those questions.
Okay.
Every suspected drink driver has to provide a specimen of breath at a police station, but this woman doesn't think that the law applies to her.
Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis?
No.
Fine.
Because you're a bastard.
Because you're a bastard, okay.
Put that down.
I will. I'll find somebody to write it.
They've all had enough. She faces a possible heavy fine, a driving ban, or even a custodial sentence for failing to provide a breath test.
The likelihood is to be charged now with failing to provide a specimen. She's been placed in the cell for the time being until she sobers up at an appropriate time where she can be interviewed regarding the offence of driving whilst under the influence of alcohol.
There are over 34 million vehicles on the UK's roads, and most are being driven legally. But if they're not, the police will find them. From an out-of-date MOT, no insurance, or even a missed court appearance, nothing gets past these cops. They do this by using a neat piece of kit called the ANPR, the Automatic Number Plate Recognition System. In seconds, it electronically checks the police national computer, and if anything comes up, the car gets pulled.
Aside from the ANPR function, you've also got a mapping, a GPS system that shows us exactly where we are now. So if you do get a vehicle that fails to stop, for example today we're out of force, we can obviously relay that information to the control room, and then they can obviously send the appropriate resources.
But it's not just the police who are involved in this operation. Trading Standards, DVLA, HM Customs and Revenue and the UK Border Agency are all part of this sophisticated operation. A Wiltshire Rapid Response Unit has pulled a car for having an expired road tax disc. But while the driver and the car are being examined at the checkpoint, the simple crime of an expired tax disc has just gone up a notch.
What you've got here is you've got a routine stop check on this VW Golf. What's happened is the drug dog is passing the vehicle. It's shown an indication of interest in relation to drugs. So what we're going to do now is the occupants have been searched. We're going to put a drug dog through the vehicle and see whether we can actually locate any drugs within the vehicle.
The driver is immediately given a body search, but he's clean. So now it's Skip, the drug dog's turn to check out the car.
We'll have that.
And it's not long before he comes up with something.
I can't obviously conclusively say, but looking at the colour, I think we'd probably call that a wrap of certainly Class A, probably heroin. Lovely jubbly.
But there's more to come. Searching the car brings up further possible evidence of drug use.
Well, we've certainly got a drugs pipe, and there's the possibility that these are further wraps. And this one's already looking like it's got some burning on it, which would indicate that these have just been used for smoking heroin.
It's a top result, and the man is nicked.
This gentleman is obviously going to be arrested and taken to the local police station. Once we're happy that there are no other drugs in the vehicle, then it's going to be seized, and we've succeeded then in getting this vehicle off the road, which is what we're all about. Why should criminals use the road? They've just got no place on it at all.
In another part of the country, a rapid response team is patrolling a busy section of the M4 in an unmarked car. Suddenly, a car comes past on the outside lane at speed.
Got a vehicle come past me in excess of 17, and I'm doing a check now. I've got a speed of around about 98, 99, which I just need to clarify once to stop him, but with the calibrated speeder I've got, he's swerving about a bit, so he's obviously not quite paying attention. I need to stop to him and speak in relation to the speed.
As the car swerves about in the fast lane, the driver doesn't know his every move is being filmed by the cops onboard camera.
It's also coming up on the onboard automatic number plate reader showing no keepers. I just need to find out if it's his vehicle, how long he's had it. So 98 miles an hour now, and he's just staying, if anything, pulling away from me now.
PC Glenn Powell has seen enough. With over 2,000 injuries a year on the roads of Wiltshire, speeding is not tolerated by its police force. The man was unaware he was being followed by an unmarked car, and he's also unaware of the speed limit.
I stopped it for reason with speed. What's the speed limit on the motorway?
Sorry?
What is the speed limit on the motorway?
80.
80? Gonna have another go?
Maybe I think some roads are more than 80. 90.
70.
Oh yeah. The motorway is 70.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I just drive over.
And that's why I stopped you. Have you got a UK driving licence?
Yeah, I got it, but I didn't take it out.
But you've got a UK one, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've...
No, I use international.
Okay, no problem. How long have you lived in the UK?
1 year.
Okay, because it's only valid for 1 year.
Yeah, I know. So I want to change it.
Okay, let's come back to the car then.
What started out as a speeding stop is just about to turn into something even more serious.
Shows here then your provisional licence holder. So why are you driving a car today? Is she her full licence holder?
No.
Okay.
I just have a travel to see my friend.
Okay, but you're not supposed to drive a car on a provisional licence, are you? Unless you have L plates or someone with you who has a full licence. Do you understand?
Yeah, he got the Chinese driver license.
Who, your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, but not this friend?
She got it.
But she must hold a full UK driving licence to be with you when you're driving in the UK.
Yeah, no, when I get this, some people sit here more than 2 years UK driver license.
Okay, because at the moment you can't drive this vehicle in the UK on your own because you've got to either have L plates or someone with a full UK driving licence, and you haven't, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a full driving licence, the officer has no alternative. He's got to stop the man from driving any further.
Now, in relation to that, what I've got the power to do and what I'm going to do is to seize your car because you cannot drive on a provisional licence on the motorway. You're not in accordance with your driving licence.
But with his car seized, the man and his passenger are not being left stranded on the motorway. PC Powell has made arrangements for them to be taken to the nearest exit. It's the end of this man's journey. With his car seized and awaiting a lift to the next exit, it's a result for Wiltshire's rapid response.
It's a problem which could, you know, from where he thinks he's got a little bit of driving experience because he's travelled from Swansea to London a few times. The fact is that he's never passed his tests. If he passed his tests, he'd know the rules and regulations of the country, including the speed limit. And unfortunately, because of that, that means that he's been reported for exceeding the speed limit today at 99 miles an hour, which in itself could be a disqualification by the court. And his vehicle's been seized because he's driving a motor vehicle on a provisional licence.
Back on patrol, and a rapid response unit has pulled over another car. Although the vehicle has checked out as being road legal, there's something in the driver's manner that's worrying PC's Doug Downing and James Hine.
The driver's very nervous.
Yeah.
They decide to have a chat with the passenger.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's fair to say from our conversation that you have previous convictions for drugs.
Yeah.
And every maybe 2 weeks you're still using heroin.
Sometimes it might be longer than that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sort of stable.
And I'll be honest with you if you're honest with me. If we were to carry out, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if we were to search the vehicle and yourself, are we going to find anything within the vehicle?
Nothing. No.
With the man's denial and the woman's nervousness, they decide to send in the drug dog. Meanwhile, the man and woman are taken away to be searched. And within minutes, the cops have found something suspicious.
He says he's got we've retrieved notes from his bum. He says it's heroin.
You got heroin from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a concealed space that he pulled out.
Okay.
This man's now under arrest, and both he and the woman are heading to the Nick.
It sort of highlights exactly what we're here to do. We're here to deny criminals use of the road, and we're here to target the right people. And our intelligence leads us to do that. We're not stopping people that have got taxed and insured vehicles. We're getting people in and they're getting arrested. So it really just goes to show we are targeting the right people, and these things are absolutely worthwhile. Yeah, it's a spot-on job. It's a good job.
Coming up, the man who thought he could outrun a police helicopter.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
Cops find a car with an identity crisis.
Sonar system has been wiped. Go on, tell me the score.
And the lucky driver who walked away from this. Wiltshire Air Support Whiskey Hotel 99 has been scrambled. A car has been reported stolen and the thief is fleeing from police. The command centre is calling all available pursuit-trained units to join the chase. On the ground, traffic officer PCJ Clifton is at full throttle closing the gap on the runaway.
So we've had a vehicle stolen from a set of shops and is made off from the police. We've currently got a vehicle behind it. We've got the helicopter in the air above the vehicle at the moment.
Yeah, QJ99, vehicle is parked behind slow-moving traffic.
Police have already tried to stop this vehicle with near deadly consequences.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
Yeah, QJ99, this male is driving extremely dangerously. Went to the offside on a roundabout, now on the offside of the road.
Road units are ordered to hang back. They don't want to pressure the driver into doing anything even more dangerous. One mistake at these speeds could cost the life of an innocent bystander.
Subject vehicle is pulled behind a Royal Mail van at this time. Again overtaken on solid white lines. In the face of oncoming traffic, narrowly avoiding an RTC. And continuing straight on at this time towards M4 junction.
The chopper flies low in front of the fugitive vehicle to let him know there's nowhere to run. This manoeuvre is known as a show, and it should tell this criminal that the game is up.
And for the log, we have done a show in front of the vehicle, still failing to stop my man.
But he shows no sign of stopping yet.
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 49, I'm heading westbound on the M4. I can go to 17 or 18, give me direction over.
On the motorway, PC Clifton is 20 miles from junction 18, travelling at well over a tonne.
Vehicle's heading towards junction 18 of the M4, which is, from our perspective, quite good. We're already on the M4, we can get down to junction 18.
Yeah, police unit booked.
As the stolen car gets stuck behind slow traffic, a pursuing rapid response unit closes right up behind him. But there's no opportunity to stop him, and he's off again. As the car approaches the M4, all pursuit vehicles brace themselves for a change of direction.
Now entering junction 18, 99. Yeah, currently in the offside lane at the entrance. Not one. Crossing the motorway, straight on the A46, 99.
The car is now heading towards the busy town of Stroud. If this rampaging driver isn't stopped soon, it could all end in tragedy. More units are travelling at breakneck speed to get ahead of the chase. PC Clifton has abandoned the M4 and is now rapidly closing in behind the lead car.
Tango X-ray 5, we're still northbound through Petty France now. The speed is 90 miles an hour.
25 We are continuing. We have approximately 20 minutes of fuel left, 99.
With the chopper running out of fuel and night closing in fast, this pursuit is reaching a critical phase. The chase has now been going on for over half an hour, covering 40 miles with more than 10 cop cars across 3 forces involved. With light failing, the chopper switches to its thermal imaging camera.
Which is in vehicle still continuing northbound, speed 70 miles an hour. Driving is erratic, exceeding the 40 limit.
PC Clifton is now less than a mile behind.
Just coming into a built-up area, approaching a set of red traffic lights, one vehicle stationary on the near side. The vehicle is straight through.
As the pursuit enters Stroud, the helicopter has only 10 minutes of fuel left.
From Tango Street 5, next roundabout, taking the second. Not too sure.
In the town centre, the lunatic driver careers down narrow streets.
30 miles an hour. We're now on a cobbled paved area, pedestrian area through the city centre.
Suddenly, the fleeing car thief makes a big mistake. He drives straight down a dead end.
Vehicle stop, subject vehicle stop, 99, stand by.
Officers are onto him before he can run.
QJ99, Avon and Somerset unit and officers with the driver. The driver's now been detained. Hands are on the roof of the vehicle. Stand by.
PC Clifton arrives at the scene to find not only did the runaway go down a dead end, but it's a dead end right next to the local nick.
The police station's probably about 50 metres away, so they've been arrested and probably walked over to the police station. What a perfect place to stop.
Rapid response cop Adrian Giles is on night patrol, and it's not long before he spots some trouble. He instantly goes to onboard video.
Following a moped at the moment. We're doing 40 miles an hour. No crash, I'm on the bike in fact.
Immediately, PC Giles hits the lights. The driver decides to stop, his passenger decides to run.
Come here! Keys!
But the youth has got away. Left to face PC Giles on his own, the driver doesn't seem to know why he was stopped.
Take your helmet off.
Pardon?
Take your helmet off, please.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry? What are you sorry for? Are you sorry for speeding? Are you sorry for carrying a passenger with no crash helmet?
Speeding?
Yeah, speeding. What's the speed limit on? What's the speed limit along that road?
About 30.
About 30. What is the speed limit on that road?
Oh, no.
We don't have about speed limits. We have accurate speed limits. What is the speed limit on that road? You're riding a bike, you should know the speed limit. What is the speed limit?
40.
It's 40, is it? Right, it's a built-up area, it's 30. Why were you doing 40?
I was doing 30.
Right, you were doing 40.
No.
All right? Why have you got a passenger on your bike with no crash helmet on?
Pardon?
Why did you have a passenger on your bike with no crash helmet on?
We were going to my mate's house and I thought it'd be just a quicker way.
So that makes it legal because you're going to your mate's house, does it? Right. Do you want to put it on his stand, please?
I've got my document.
Right, you better get him out now.
Although the youth doesn't seem to know speed limits or the law about crash helmets, the one piece of knowledge he does have, he refuses to give.
Who's your mate?
I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed to tell me?
It's my mate, isn't it? No, it's not.
Makes no difference to me.
But taking a vow of silence is not going to help this lad. The officer takes him to the patrol car and confronts him with the facts of life.
Right. In relation to your little escapade, doing your mate a favour is now going to cost you £60 and 3 points on your driving licence. Alternatively, you can elect to go to court. The choice is yours. You're going to take the fixed penalty, are you? Right. You certainly were in the wrong, and so was your friend who's done a runner. And I'm sure he'll pay half the fine for you, won't he? Yeah, he obviously won't, though, will he? Because he's probably not a real mate.
And doing his mate a favour is going to cause this driver even more problems with the law.
Have you ever heard of a Section 59 warning? Right, Section 59 warning is a warning that you can be given because of the manner of your riding. And if you commit a same or similar offence again, your bike gets taken away. All right? At this stage, I'm not going to. I work quite a lot. I will be looking for you now. So if you continue to ride the way you're riding then, and I will show you.
So if I'm just like riding through town?
If you're driving fine, I've got no problems with you whatsoever. If you're acting sensible, then fine, I've got no problems with people riding bikes. I ride bikes myself. But I expect people to ride them sensibly. I don't expect them to ride them like that.
With the price of friendship having gone through the roof, the lad is let on his way.
As a result of giving his mate a lift home and doing his mate a favour, he's now got 3 points on his driving licence and a £60 fine. Because if you ain't got it done up, his class is not. He's obviously been made aware of what the consequences of taking his people on the back of his bike. If he either fell off, passenger fell off the back, they hit something else. Passengers fall off, banged his head. Potential there for the passenger to die. The result of that, the rider could go to prison. I think that's a few stern words of advice. I think that's sunk in. Hopefully he won't he'll make a better decision when someone asks him to give him a lift in the future.
In West Wales, Rapid Response Cop Justin Williams is on patrol and a parked 4x4 has caught his attention.
Tax on this thing was out in 2008. Typical farmer's vehicle. Could I have one vehicle check, please?
But PC Williams' sixth sense is telling him that there's something not right about this vehicle. And a quick check with the PNC, the Police National Computer, confirms it.
It's on PNC, it's a white 4-track. I get a funny feeling it might be a vehicle that's on limited use, just to go from farm to farm and things. So that's why I get a funny feeling that's what it is.
And that funny feeling is about to pay dividends.
How are you doing? Have you got a more up-to-date tax than that one?
Probably, yeah.
Is it on limited use?
Yes.
I thought it would be. And you're on red as well, is it?
The law regarding farmers' vehicles is long and complex. Put simply, a vehicle used exclusively for off-road farm work doesn't need an MOT. It can also use a cheaper fuel known as red diesel. But there's a problem with this farm vehicle. It's the wrong colour.
The sound system has been white. Have you sprayed it or...?
Oh, white Jeep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that then?
Well, I don't know why.
Go on, tell me the score.
The farmer admits that his white vehicle was scrapped and he changed its number plates to this green car.
So this vehicle isn't insured either, is it?
The farmer's not only changed plates between vehicles, he's changed insurance as well.
Yeah, but that's a completely different vehicle, this one, isn't it?
With possible offences stacking up, PC Williams has to call a colleague for clarification.
I've got an interesting one for you. I've got a vehicle on stop at the roadside at the moment. Now what this guy has done, he has swapped details from the white one onto the green one, and the white one has been scrapped. What's your stance on that?
So, facing charges for no road tax, no MOT, no insurance, and facing further questions from customs, the bad news just keeps coming for this farmer.
Right, I've just spoken to HM Customs and Revenue, okay? Obviously, this vehicle is not on a limited use exemption. So what's going to happen now? The vehicle is going to be seized for two reasons. A, I haven't dipped the tank yet, but I assume it's going to be on red diesel. And the fact that this vehicle isn't insured either, okay? The driver of this vehicle has admitted that he's using red diesel in it. He does not have an exemption to do it on that vehicle. He's actually also changed registration plates up from a previous vehicle onto this one. So he is going to be arrested for fraud offences.
With his car confiscated, all he's left with are his belongings and his dog.
There's a good chance, had he applied to DVLA, well, they would have probably authorised the limited use exemption anyway. So, yes, it could really have been avoided.
In mid-Wales, PC John Wiles of Dyfed-Powys Rapid Response gets a call. There's been an RTC, a road traffic collision. The accident has happened on a rural road in the middle of the countryside, and PC Wiles has to get there fast.
One of the worst roads, I would say, in our area. There's a lot of nasty bends on it. You can see the double white lines and a number of bends.
As with any accident, it's vital that the police get to the scene as fast as possible, and these rapid response cops are the best in the business. Using all his years of training and experience, PC Wiles pushes his car to the limit as he negotiates the treacherous country lanes. The ambulance is already on the scene, and not yet knowing the seriousness of the accident, PC Wiles puts up hazard signs to warn other drivers. It appears that this Audi is the only car involved in the accident. Amazingly, someone has walked away from this and is almost unscathed. Other emergency services arrive on the scene and swing into action like a well-oiled machine. The fire service's first task is to stabilise the car so that it's safe to work on.
The preservation of evidence is paramount, but obviously safety of colleagues at the scene of the fire, at the scenes of collisions, from the fire service, the police, the paramedic, that comes first. And basically what they're doing is just stabilising the car where it is to ensure it doesn't fall on anyone. We've arranged recovery now, which will obviously attend, and they'll take all that kit back off, and then it'll be handed over to the recovery agent then to get it recovered and sorted, basically. So we'll get this traffic on the move as quick as we can now.
Crash investigators are trying to determine how the car came to be on its side. But time is against them. They have to get the road clear, or the traffic will back up for miles. The driver of this car was lucky to escape with only minor injuries, a fact that's not lost on the police.
Obviously, as you can see here now, fire have stabilised the car. The recovery agents have arrived now to clear the road up as fast as we can. The fire crew have just assisted in righting it, and what will happen now will simply get loaded up and taken away back to the security yard back in Crickhowell. Could have been potentially quite nasty, but luckily minor injuries, so it's always a good result, really.
Coming up, police question a man with an unusual hobby.
He's taking photographs of the trucks.
Right.
It's horrible, isn't it?
And police find something nasty in this car.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty cunt!
Oh. In Wiltshire, someone's dialed 999 about a man acting suspiciously on a bridge over the motorway.
There's a report of a male on one of the overbridges over the other side of the barrier looking distressed. So obviously what our fear is, he jumps onto the motorway and gets hit by a car. It's either serious injuries or a fatality.
Rapid response cop Andy Stanley is concerned the man might be about to harm himself. Pushing his response car to the limit along the busy motorway, PC Stanley checks out all the bridges in the area. But the man's nowhere to be found. PC Stanley widens the search along side roads overlooking the motorway.
There's your man.
Finally, he finds the man in a lay-by.
Hello, sir.
All right.
How are you? The reason why we're here, we've had a report of a gentleman, matching your description, on the overbridge, sitting on the railings, not looking very happy. But
I wasn't going to jump, if that's what you mean.
That was what I was inferred by the caller.
Doing that.
It turns out that the man's not going to end it all. It's just that he has an unusual hobby.
He's taking photographs of the trucks.
Right. Motorists using the motorway think, oh, there's a person. And they instinctively think, why is he there? Because not many people sort of stand on overbridges, right, other than they're not very happy.
Well, I'm just taking some photographs of the HGVs, really, that's all, really.
All right, mate, no problem. Okay, take care.
Content that the man is not going to become yet another statistic, PC Stanley lets the enthusiast get back to his hobby.
Turn around, face there. Stand still. Where are you from?
I've been reported.
Have you been drinking?
No,
It's the dead of night, and PC Owen Dillon and Sergeant Di Howells of the Dyfed Powys Rapid Response Team have stopped a man for suspected drink driving.
He sounds a bit pissed.
The officers are convinced he's been drinking, so he's cuffed.
Stay with my colleague while I'm just going to have a quick look in the car, all right?
Yeah, okay.
It's clear something's not quite right when he's asked for his date of birth.
Got that. What's your date of birth?
84, 83 and 25. 84, 83. Slow down now. Give us that again. I'm panicking now because I'm body. Don't panic now, right? Okay? 84. 84.
You're going to laugh. He's not sure of his date of birth. Just believe it's in 84. If it's not 84, then apparently it's 83.
My girlfriend just walked up and checked me out.
When did she check out?
She just found out I've been seeing the other girls as well. I've been seeing two girls behind the side.
With his patience wearing thin, PC Dylan tries once more to find out his date of birth.
Right, just slowly give me your date of birth. Think about it.
1984 or 1983. I used to get those two mixed up, the two end runs all the time, officer.
We're banging right against the wall. He's either 83 or 84.
The officer comes up with a novel solution for the man so that he'll never forget.
You know what you need to have tattooed? It's your date of birth. I'll let you know it.
Is that on it?
No, but you need to get it tattooed on you, right? So you remember then.
It's only the last word to forget, officer.
Don't put it on your neck now, because you'll be turning around all night.
But if his girlfriend doesn't want him, the Gwent police force does.
The cars have been involved in a failed to stop accident about 4 or 5 days ago, and the Gwent police have been trying to get hold of him to speak to him about the accident, and they're going to deal with that now.
As Gwent police arrive, they decide to breathalyse the man.
Whose car is it? It was my nan's. Look, I found her dead. It went away.
While the breath test is going on, the other officers search the man's car and they soon come up with something.
Cannabis. That's dirty, smelly, isn't it?
It's horrible, isn't it?
But if they thought that was bad, they soon find something worse.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty What is it? It's rotten pizzas. Oh, very old. Are they still moving?
And the man has a reason why they're in the back of his car.
What are you saving the old pizzas for?
Oh, my dog.
You give those to your dog?
I got a dog.
Feeding your dog mouldy pizza isn't illegal, but possession of cannabis, however, is.
Some cannabis in a pocket on the back seat. Pizzas for his dog.
The man has passed the breath test. It's come up negative. But still unsure that he's capable of driving, the officers decide to do a test to see if he's under the influence of drugs. Known as the Romberg test, the man has to close his eyes and count to 30. But for this man, time just rushes by.
I thought I'd done 30. 17. I thought it was 30.
Next up, walk a straight line taking pigeon steps. Sounds easy, but not for him. Finally, stand on one leg and count out loud.
2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Sorry about I'm back in.
Stay right down the side.
The police are not convinced, and neither is the man. He'll be going back to the station for further questioning. Coming up on Brit Cops Rapid Response, the all-new police action series. We're on board with the fastest cops in Britain. The elite squads fighting frontline crime.
Get out! Get out!
At breakneck speeds. We're with them as they pursue dangerous criminals, lunatic drivers,
You got 110.
and drunks on the road.
Have you been drinking?
And we watch them come down hard on violence and mayhem. Our cameras capture the action while these cops catch the criminals.